Hi guys, and welcome to a coffee chat. I'm Dr. Boomer Brown with Doing Good at Work. Well, we're continuing our conversation today about the 5 parts of every human being. Those 5 parts, I'll remind you, are the physical part, the mental part, the emotional part, the social part, and the spiritual part. Well, as you can see today, we're going to look at the emotional part. The last time we talked about this, we said the emotional part is like a dashboard on your car. I think I've introduced you to the think, feel, and act model. We call that TFA. That's the order of how things should flow. We have a thought, we have a feeling, it leads to an action. There's usually something that triggers that, and there's always a consequence based on the action you choose. Well, that middle piece, the feeling, goes with the emotional part of you, and those feelings are like that dashboard on your car. It's the dashboard in your mind. You have those different gauges on there, and when you start feeling things, you need to pay attention to the dashboard. Well, today I want to show you something to link the physical part, the mental part, and the emotional part together. You see, things happen in our physical world. They trigger us, and we have a thought. Okay? And that thought always leads to a feeling. And we process that inside of our soul. This is the soul model, which is made of a mind, emotions, and a will. And I've drawn a little train, at least an engine in one car, and I want to ask you to think about the mind, the emotions, and the will. Which one of those should be the engine driving the engine of your life? Well, if you said the engine needs to be the mind part, this is where we think first, you're right. But what needs to follow? Does the will need to follow, or does the emotions need to follow in this car? Well, we could, pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, and we could force ourselves with our will to do anything. But the truth is that the emotional part of you, the emotions inside your soul, really fit best right here. This is where emotions go. They're in that second car. The reason why is emotions are a great energy source. They're not a bad thing. Some people think feelings and emotions are bad. They're not. They only are sharing something with you about what's going on in your mind and inside you. And to be a better person, you have to understand what you're feeling and then connect that to your mind and let your mind give you some ideas and thoughts about that so you can control and corral this source of energy, the power and emotions that will actually bend your will to move you toward creating those things that you want to create in your life, the things that you want to happen, the things that trigger you, the thoughts that you feel, the feelings that you feel, the actions that you take lead to consequences. So I hope you'll think about these things today and you're starting to connect the dots. Think about these 5 parts of you, and remember, if any of these parts are getting out of whack, if any of the engine and the cars, the third car is the wheel, if that's out of order, maybe you need someone to help you process those thoughts, feelings, and your actions. That's why we're here at Doing Good at Work. We're here to help you. Just click on the button. You can take a look at all the many resources that are available to you. You can receive any of those resources that you want by just asking. Your employer cares deeply about you and will provide those to you free. Listen, if you need to talk to a mental health first responder, someone, just click the button, send an email, and someone will contact you. Thank you for stopping by for a coffee chat today. And as always, I look forward to seeing you next time on a coffee chat.